back. It's been a while since I've done a video. Just been really busy around the property here, trying to earn a living, and wondering how all the YouTube content generators find time to actually make videos. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I don't think they get any work done, quite frankly. It's all taking video. But anyway, it's time of the year that spring has sprung, and we're going to pick a couple of projects that we'd like to get done around here. One of the things I've always been interested in is getting bees and taking care of bees and getting honey and all that entails. So I looked around on the internet, and in the city close by here there is a supplier, Apihex Bee Supplies, and they supply everything you need for taking care of bees, and they have a starter kit, and the starter kit includes, or should include, everything that you would need to get bees and start bees. So what I'm waiting for is the actual bees themselves. They're arriving on the 18th, and that'll come in a 5-frame nucleus, and they are local bees, or at least Alberta bees. So they will be delivered on Saturday, and we will be putting them in the frames in the hive on Saturday afternoon. But seeing as it's still in pieces, it has to be built, so I have to find time this week to get that done. So I'm just going to walk through how this kit came. I bought a couple of extra things that they told me I needed. Being so experienced, I said, well, of course, and we're going to get what we need to feed the bees. So from my understanding is that when you first get your bees, as they get orientated and early spring, you have to actually feed your bees. So they recommended this feeder that fits in your medium hive box, and comes with a screen. I guess that's to keep the bees out of the sugar water, and I guess it's a 1-to-1 mix with sugar and water. I have to double check that, but I think that's what it is. Anyway, you pour that in there, you drop it into the medium frame, and I guess they climb in there somehow, some way, and sip up the syrup and feed the hive that way until they get orientated. And as the hive becomes more established, then you take this out and they start to learn to look for their own food. So I had to buy that extra, and because I'm expecting decent growth on this hive, they suggested I buy another deep box, and this one came assembled with all the frames in there. 10-frame deep box. It comes with a plastic foundation and all the frames in there, so 10 frames. So what's in the kit should give me another deep hive, deep frame, and a medium frame, and all the other parts that you need to make your hive. So take it apart here. So the box comes with all kinds of safety gear. Not too sure about the hat. It looks pretty small, but I guess anything's better than nothing. And we get gloves. Again, tried these on earlier. I don't know what they consider to be extra large, but they do not fit. So I'm going to have to look at getting something else for that. And just comes all in parts, so all the frame parts come in pieces. So everything you need, all taped up, ready to go. So we're going to break these apart, glue and staple them, put the foundation in, which also comes separate, all plastic foundation. So this one is for the medium high box, and this one's for the deep box. And hopefully everything fits together. Then we get the actual boxes themselves, dovetailed sides and fronts with the handles already routed in. And if I do this right, it should look like the one that I bought that was already fully assembled. Comes with a hive bottom with a removable plastic bottom. So that's the hive bottom. Comes with a hive top, pretty standard. Comes with a queen excluder, so that goes in between your bottom deep box and your top boxes, if that's how you want to run your hive. And it comes with a hive top, which should provide adequate weather protection. We'll probably put this together and paint it on the outside at any rate. understand you're not supposed to paint the inside, so we won't do that. But that's the top. And a entrance reducer. So I guess that has to be done as you start your hive. And what they call a hive tool. I think it's just a glazing bar available anywhere at any hardware for a couple of bucks. And what I'm thinking is the best protection that they're going to provide is the smoker. So we'll have to take that apart, learn how to light that, and maybe we'll do a video on our first light of the smoker. I don't think I want to handle the bees without it, so we'll have to get this fired up and try it out. So that is essentially the kit. What I'm thinking is that this kit looks easy enough to measure and make on our own, maybe a pallet wood project or something like that. It looks pretty simple. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to measure everything and keep that for future. If the hives take off, then maybe I can make my own, and we'll try that. But anyway, got to get this together before the weekend. I've got 3 more days. The weather outside is going to be rainy for the next little bit, so spend some time in the shop and we'll get this done. But take a look. If you want bee info, don't get it from me. I don't know a thing about keeping bees other than it looks interesting. So we're going to learn as we go here, and maybe find somebody in the area that is keeping bees already, and see if I can't glean some information off of them. Anyway, we'll put this together, and I'll show you after it's all put together what it looks like. Okay, so I've got all the parts broken out, and I think we're going to be in a bit of a problem with one of the box sides, seeing as these are dovetailed together, which is actually a nice feature. This one in particular, everything else seems to be flat. This one is at least a 3/16 cup on here, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's going to make putting these dovetails in place a little bit difficult. So what I'm thinking is, maybe if I soak the one side, it'll make the board expand on the one side and flatten it out. We'll give that a try, but otherwise I'm going to start assembling the frames themselves, and it seems pretty straightforward. So 2 side pieces, a top and a bottom with grooves already run in them to accept the foundation. So it seems simple enough. So I've got some white glue, some 1/4-inch narrow crown staples, and we're going to start banging these together. Hopefully we'll knock these off pretty quick. But I'm a little concerned about this one. I don't know what I'm going to do if that doesn't want to go. I'm afraid that if I force that in, it's going to split. So we'll have to come up with maybe a different solution for that. But we'll give it a try, soak it, and see if that flattens it out. Okay, we'll get started. Okay, we'll put that aside, and then hopefully we'll keep that soaked, and maybe that'll soak in enough and we can get that flattened out a bit. Nice if that was the solution, otherwise we'll have to come up with a different solution. Okay, on to the first frame. One down, 19 to go. Not bad. Fit's a little bit rough, but I don't think the bees are going to care. 19 to go. So that was pretty easy. All 20 frames are now assembled. It took me approximately 2 hours with a little bit of fiddling on one or two of the frames. I thought that maybe the parts were interchangeable, but as it turns out that you have to take a look at them a little closer. But overall, pretty basic build. Real happy with the result and looking forward to getting the bees. So with a basic set of tools and a basic set of skills, you too can enjoy the wonderful hobby of beekeeping. So we're going to assemble this now and get a coat of paint on there, and we'll video when we put it up where it's going to go in the forest. So that'll be probably tomorrow, and then Saturday we're expecting the bees, and then the fun begins. Okay, so I found some paint that left over from the house, and we're going to paint the same color as the house so that everything matches. That's pretty important, so we got to make sure that that happens. Anyway, give it a quick coat of paint, exterior, let it dry, and we'll bring it outside. Okay, well, it's got 2 coats of paint on. I managed to find a gallon of paint from the house, so everything matches, which is important. And so we've got 2 coats of exterior latex on there. I hope that's okay. Protect it from the elements at least for a little while. So the last little bit here will be putting it all together, finding some bricks to put it on, and bringing it out to the field, which will be the next video when we pick up the bees on Saturday and we start our journey of keeping bees. So stay tuned, and if you like this video, please subscribe and like and share, and we'd love to see you again on the next video.